hello wine drinking people. Today is Wednesday, the 25th of March. This month just speeding by, and I'm out of town, but through the magic of television, I'm still here with you, our wine drinking people, to offer you yet another one of these 2010 Brunellos. And Valdicava, probably one of my favorite producers, not just in Montalcino, but in the whole entire world. We developed a friendship with Vincenzo Abruzzese. I just like to say that name. It's got a wonderful ring to it. And actually, he and his son, we did the first wine dinner ever here at the Wine Watch with them. And we have a huge collection of Valdicava's wines here in the store. I've got 3-liter bottles, both of my kids' birth years, 03 and 04. And Vincenzo guarantees his wines for your entire life. A great producer's wine to buy. If you got some kid that just come into the family, want to buy a wine for them to celebrate their 21st birth year. And like I said, I've had this wine going all the way back to the 80s. I think Vincenzo brought an 85 vintage one year with us, but we've had the 90. I've had almost every vintage that's been released since I've owned the store, and I can tell you it's always one of the greatest wines produced from this region. Well, Valdicava is the name of the area that leads into the foothills of Montalcino, and to the left of his property is the famous La Casa from Caparzo, and then the Valdisuga property in the middle there. And some of the oldest vines on the property date back to 1970. Well, the Valdicava estate was one of the first original members of the consortium, which started in 1967. And of course, like everyone else in this area, they modeled their wines after the great Biondasanti, because, well, there wasn't really anybody else making great wines back then. And, well, a lot of people in the 70s were investing money into this area. You had the Cinzano firm with Coca-Cola money behind it, with the Col d'Orcia property, and then the biggest of all of them, the Banfi family from New York, moved in. And, you know, these guys have done a lot to promote the area, but still little producers like this that excite us the most. You know, Valdicava only makes about 4,500 cases of wine. Brunello 2000, Rosso di Montalcino 2000, and then in great vintages, the Madonna del Piano, a single vineyard, which that's the oldest vines on the property, planted back in 1970, which is becoming more popular. A lot of reservists today, or of the past, were a selection of the best fruit on the property. Today, you see a lot more single vineyards being cited on the labels, like the Madonna del Piano. Well, this is one of the top producers, and you don't have to take my word for it. One of the only producers ever to receive a 100-point score on the Wine Spectator for his 2001 Madonna del Piano. And the secret here is in the vineyard. They've got 4 different clones, 4 different rootstocks, and experimenting, trying to make the greatest wine possible from this property. And like I said, Vincenzo Abruzzese is a perfectionist. So the winemaker here, Attilio Pagli, also considered one of the top people in his craft, and formerly the Antinori Vineyard manager. And this guy, like I said, just turns out one head after another. 2010, 99 points from James Suckling. Whoa, you can't drink points, but you are going to pay for them. And this wine, well, not the cheapest wine made in Montalcino, but for just over $100 a bottle, to me, to be able to get one of the greatest wines produced in such a high quality area like Montalcino, which there's just under 300 producers here last time I checked, so not a lot of producers. They don't make a lot of wine here, so to me, still an incredible, well, a value, a relative value, if you will say. And check out all the older vintage wines we have in the store. You know, when I like wines, we have in all sizes. I even have half bottles of Valdicava's wines. Of course, we have magnums, we have 3 liters, we have wines going all the way back to the 90s here. So check it out. Everything we've got from one of our favorite producers in Montalcino, Valdicava. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.